everybody, Scott Lear here at B-Chord. We are at Union Jacks in Annapolis, Maryland, and we are talking to Mr. Michael Hobby. How are you, sir?
Good, man. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Fantastic. I'm glad to be doing this.
Glad
So,
to be
Michael,
here.
as everybody probably knows, 1,000 Horses.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing band.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely love you guys. One thing that strikes me right away, and I was trying to bring some questions into this and figure it out.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to me was style. You guys have an amazing style. You know, you always see you in these photos, and man, you guys are always looking sharp. So,
I'll try.
how do you do that? Is that all on you?
Oh, man, we have a little help sometimes. For the most part, it's us. I mean, we don't wear anything we don't like, you know, but we'll have a stylist sometimes, you know, get us ready for red carpet. They like to keep it, you know, all together. But for the most part, we just kind of find what we like and wear it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Got to give
That makes me
credit where
feel
credit's
good.
due, right?
Yeah.
So we're here tonight, and you guys are playing with Kendall Marvel.
Yeah, Kendall.
Awesome
yeah,
guy, right?
Dude, he's great. He's been a good friend for a long time, and we love his music and what he does. And anytime he can hop on the bus with us and come out on the road, and we'll write some songs while we're out here, and he gets to play, and we get to hear him, and it's just always a good time.
That's so cool. So I know some of us know the story, but for the people who don't, 1,000 Horses. Where'd you guys come up with the name for the band?
Man, 1,000 Horses was after a song that we wrote. We wrote a song called 1,000 Horses, and we were out in LA making our first little EP at Dave Cobb's house, and had to come up with a band named Stat. The label was like, you got to give us a name, give us a name. So we were like, shit. It's like we thought about it. They gave us 24 hours to kind of think about it, and they said, you know, we threw out 1,000 Horses, and they were like, perfect, let's go. And then, you know, that was it. But it was after a song that we had written, and where we got the idea from.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool and so simple, right? It's usually the way that it always
It's right in
comes
front of our
together.
face the entire time. You should have seen the list.
Oh gosh. So Bridges, the EP.
Yep.
Awesome EP.
Thank you.
Give us a little bit. I know you guys are probably working on new stuff now. I think I heard that through the rumor mill. So.
Yeah, we are. We're you know, we had our first album, our debut album was Southernality, and then in between that, we went through some changes, and we wanted to release, you know, we wanted to bridge the gap between the first record and basically our sophomore record that we're starting in September. So we put out 6 songs because we just wanted to put out new music for our fans, and that record was a great record that came about. You know, we wrote a lot of that record while we were on the road, and then came home and did it, and then left again, and then put out a little EP for our fans to have something new and something we're really proud of.
Yeah, well, thank you. We love getting new music. That's always a good thing. So, Preaching to the Choir on there. It's one of my favorites. So, tell us a little bit about that song.
Preaching to the Choir was a song that actually got sent to me with some friends that I write with that they thought it would fit us great. And everybody thinks something's going to fit you great. But when we heard it, I was like, damn, that fits us perfect. And it kind of spoke to me about my upbringing and like kind of blue collar working and you know, being proud of who you are and being grateful for what you have. And that's our fans. Is like, you know, we feel like when we talk to them, like we're just preaching to the choir, like, you know, that's the old saying, you know, and that's why that song kind of spoke to us.
Well, and that's got to be a great one live too, because there's so much in there that can, you know, pull the fans during that song through the lyrics.
It's a feel good, that's for sure. So, and that's what we like about it.
That's great. Well, my favorite off of that is Blaze of Something. So, you know, that's one of those that I can just jam out to. It's a great song.
Yeah.
So
Blaze of Something is like that fighter song,
right?
You know, it's that believe in yourself song, and you know, we're kind of always about that. Like, go chase your dreams, give it all you got. Don't worry about winning or losing, and always believe in yourself, and go out in a blaze of glory or a blaze of something, like whatever it may be. But like, just don't stop and don't not try something because you're afraid. So that song for us came at a time when we were like pushing hard, and that's where the inspiration came from. You know, when my road runs out, you know, you're gonna find me with my lead foot down, like no doubt, like off the cliff or wherever it may be, up the mountain. That's what 1,000 Horses has always been about.
Well, and you guys have written so many songs, and you do a lot of songwriting, and I know you have also teamed up with some people. Who are some of the people you've teamed up with on the songwriting side?
Man, we write with a lot of our friends. You know, Corey Crowder is a big writer in town and producer. He's one of my best friends, and we write a lot together. Jaron Johnson from the Cadillac 3 and Neil Mason, we write a lot together. Ross Copperman, John Knight, you know, Warren Brothers, are people that I kind of come up in Nashville with, and you know, some of them are very successful, and to get the opportunity to write with such great people is always, you know,
Always a good thing.
Always a good thing.
Yeah, man.
Always a great thing.
So you guys do have an amazing, unique sound. I absolutely love it. You know, you cross that, you know, country rock / southern rock with that good vibe to it. It sounds amazing, and it's a little different than what's on the radio right now of a lot of music that's out there, and I love that, and I love that you guys stay true to that. So has that been an uphill battle? Have you faced it all, or do you feel like, you know, you guys are on a good path with that?
I think when you're different, you always have obstacles. You know, I mean, country radio has been very great to us, you know, and I truly mean that. And yeah, there's a lot of different things out there, and we're not traditionally what is on the radio, but I think that's what makes us even more unique and better to be on the radio. And I think that's where fans kind of draw to us, is like we give them another flavor of our unique style, because we combine rock and roll with country and southern rock and blues, because that's what we were raised on and that's what we loved. And so it's kind of like guys that are raised like love hip hop and pop music, like they're incorporating that into country music. So we're just kind of incorporating what influenced us growing up into our music, and then it comes out what.
And it's such a big circle. You can already see it. You know, it's just kind of, and if there weren't unique differences, you know, music would never really do anything.
Yeah, you don't want to turn on the radio and everybody sounds exactly the same. In some cases, it does sometimes. And And I think giving somebody something fresh may not be the easiest road to travel, but you will get your best results when you break through.
I love that.
You know?
That's great. So, talking about the radio, Smoke.
Yeah.
Wow. Song blew up. I mean,
right out of the gate, yeah.
I don't have to tell you,
Hell,
right?
Man, I'm grateful for it.
Oh, man. But how was that? I mean, that had to be a crazy ride. You know, you guys put that song out and it just, boom, blows up.
Man, yeah, we got the call like the day it dropped, and it entered the charts at 27, which is the highest debut song for a group in country aircheck history.
Wow.
So like I was like, what the fuck? Like us? And they were like, yeah, man, like it's like the song's going. And man, it climbed all the way to #1 on all the charts, and you know it just went platinum. We just sold over 1 million with it, and it's been a real blessing for us, man, and we're grateful for our fans that loved it and connected to it, and let me tell my story of, you know, addictive relationship that wasn't very healthy, you know, at times. So that's great.
And into another great song, Southernality.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that. And give us a little bit of the writing process on that one.
Southernality, yeah, I actually wrote with Neil Mason and Corey Crowder, and we were just sitting in Neil's basement one day, like writing like we always do, and I kind of thought, I was like, well, guys, is Southernality a word? Like Southern personality? Like we're all from Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina. And they were like, no, so, you know, you look it up. And nothing. And I was like, well, shit. So we got to write this. So we kind of, you know, we wrote that song about a lifestyle, you know, a fun lifestyle, a laid-back lifestyle, which kind of comes with, like, I guess the Southern states stereotype of laid-back and yes, mayor, and yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and that whole thing that we grew up on. So we just we wanted to put together a fun track, man, and a fun song that made people feel good, and it kind of described where we came from, and it fit 1,000 horses for us. So it was a fun day, and we were all stoked when we came out with that one.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. So let's get on to some fun questions. Hit you with some good ones here.
Okay, here we go.
So I always do my Instagram stalker fest, right? I'll look through, find some photos in there, and try to find one. So the best one I found on your guys' page was you're in the tour bus and you went to Taco Bell through the drive-thru.
We did.
So you gotta give us the story on this.
Well, it was late night. We may have partaken in a few things that made everybody pretty hungry. And the bus driver, we were like, go to Taco Bell, and they were like, he's like, all right. And we just had this new driver, and he was like, hell yeah, let's go. And he's like, I'm gonna pull through the drive-thru. We're like, let's bring it, because who takes a bus through a drive-thru? And it was one that we could fit. You know, there wasn't like a.
Well, that was gonna be my first question. It's like, could you actually make that?
Well, that's when we were like, we gotta try. I mean, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
So we piled off we couldn't order, so we all had to get off the bus, which is the picture you'll see us standing there.
Right.
And we ordered $100 in tacos. And I don't know if you've ever seen from Taco Bell $100 in tacos looks like, but I mean it's a trash bag full of tacos. You know, I mean they're like $1 or 89 cents each.
Right.
So our bus was just loaded with tacos. And the next day, man, we had unfortunately we had so much left. Everybody thought eyes were bigger than their stomachs.
Right, exactly.
But it was funny as shit, and it's a memory we'll never forget. And we've gotten a lot of compliments on that picture because people are like, "That's insane."
That is great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't stop. As soon as I found it, I'm like, man, this is the go-to. That's great.
Yeah.
So, favorite venue you've ever played to date?
Favorite venue, man. For me, it was my hometown. Like, I think Smoke had just went #1, and we went back to do a headlining show.
Okay.
At our little opera house that I grew up working in.
Wow.
So like I would volunteer there and like run Spotlight as a kid, and like whatever they needed me to do, I would just deliver food.
Sure.
And so we went back there and it sold out, and like that was like one of my favorite venues to play, because I worked there as a kid, and then I finally got to be on the other side, and it was sold out, and our town came together, and it was a really great night and a lot of fun. So for me, that's like it's more of a special moment and a favorite venue, you know, than like the Normo Dome.
Oh, sure.
I mean, we got to do Fenway Park. That was legendary.
Wow.
Yeah, we did 2 nights there, and you know, we've had some really great opportunities and great places we've gotten to play. But as far as sentimental value and like
Oh, man.
specialness, that one was for
You
me.
can't beat that, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't beat that. So, best prank on the road. I know you guys got a lot in the bus there, so what's the best prank?
Best prank. We're not that big of prankers. I wish I had like a good one. I mean, we always fuck with each other, you know, because you're out, you get bored.
I'm sure.
You know, if it's like Zach, our guitar player, would sign people's names on per diem sheets
Okay.
and not tell anybody, so people wouldn't get their per diem. And they'd be like, what the fuck? And then the tour manager's like, well, no, man, you signed it. And they're like, that's not my signature. And like for the longest time, we couldn't figure out. We're like, who the fuck is doing this? I mean, everybody got what they needed to get, but and then Zach finally got our bass player Graham, like, because he couldn't figure it out. And then Graham was like, did you guys get your per diem last 2 weeks? And we're like, yeah, man. He goes, somebody keeps signing for mine. And then Zach just lost it, and he's like, I had to tell you. That was a fun prank.
That's great.
Yeah, we always mess with each other and try to do stuff.
I'm sure.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
a
you know, it's on the
brotherhood
road, man.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so you get home, get off the bus. You want one meal that you gotta have when you get there. What's it gonna be?
man, it's my favorite restaurant in town. It's a ramen place.
Oh.
Right up the street from my house, and like, my wife probably gets sick of it, but I always, that's like, yeah, when you get home, there's like a few places you're like, I gotta get my sandwich here, I gotta get my this, gotta get my that before you leave again, and we always go there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
I
awesome.
get a vegetable ramen, and it's
Nice.
incredible. It's a place called 210 Jack. If you're ever in Nashville,
Okay, there you go.
Go check it out. It's incredible. I'm not being paid to endorse this. I really love it.
That's
but,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so last question. I'm going to hit you with our signature question. You are stranded on an island. You can take one instrument with you. Give us what instrument it would be and if it's got some sentimental value.
I would take my guitar, my
Okay.
first guitar. Yeah.
Very cool. What kind of guitar?
Man, it's a Guild D55, just old school guitar.
Yeah.
I've had it since I was a teenager, since I started playing, and I would take her with me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can totally get that.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you so much.
yeah.
We really appreciate this, man.
Man, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, everybody, give us a follow at bchord615. Go get their album, 1,000 Horses.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.